What's up guys, it's LBT from Combat Culture, and this is part 3 of our 3-part trilogy of clinching. And with us today is Kru Rob. So today we're going to go over some of the more advanced techniques when it comes to clinching and some of the sweeps and trips that come with that. And Kru Rob, you always told me that, when you are competing, one really important thing when it comes to sweeps and trips is foot position.
Yes. So foot positioning is really, really important because, again, as you learn how to set up your trips or your sweeps, foot position plays a very, very important part. And what that means is what you don't want it to look like is that it's coming from the hip. You definitely don't want to do anything that has to do with a hip toss or anything that looks even remotely like that, because what they're going to do is they're going to end up stopping. And again, this is in Muay Thai. It's about using your leverage as far as balance is concerned and unbalancing your partner without using hip and upper body.
Yeah, so this is really important, especially for those that compete, right? Doing anything that might be interpreted as a hip toss or a judo toss where you use your ankles, it's called weaker, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So pay attention.
The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the trip from the front of what I call the under-over-lock. Okay, so now what Anna's going to do is she's going to have her framing arm, it's going to extend diagonally over to where Albi's head is from here. Her right arm is going to go underneath his arm and then over as a lock. So what this is supposed to do is this is supposed to lock up his shoulder. Now the reason why it's called a lock is because you want to do this in such a way that the person can't come out of it. Because if he can come out of this, then forget it. You've already lost that position. Now the reason why you have this hand here, your framing arm this way, is so that this will help cement the lock nice and tight. Now from this position there are a lot of different things that can happen. She can knee him to the body, she can knee him to the face. She's also got the elbow from this position that she can do. But what we want to do is we want to do just the trip from the front. The trip from the front, very simple. She just puts her foot in front of this leg down there, and then she just drags him this way. That's it, it's done. Now we're going to see the trip from the back, okay, from the under-over-lock. So now, same thing again. So Anna's going to feed her framing arm diagonally to Albi's head. Now, her arm again goes over to lock the shoulder. Okay, so again, this is what's really important. Get this shoulder lock nice and tight. Okay, now what you don't want to do is push him all the way down to the ground this way, so you want to keep him up just a little bit there. Okay, now you want to have enough space that what you can do is she's going to move in close to him. She's going to take her right leg and put it over where his left leg is, all the way over. There you go. Okay, now I can't really see what's going on here with the framing arm, but depending on the scenario or the situation, how big the person is, you may want to move this hand to the front of the face. So that what you're going to end up doing is you're going to drag him over your leg on the face and just drag him over. And that's pretty much it. Just to add a little bit of a supplement to the trips that we just went over as far as the under-over-lock is concerned. Just make sure that when you get the under-over-lock, you lock up that arm nice and tight. That has to be done in such a way that the person cannot escape, like putting a lot of pressure on that shoulder so that they are in that position where they can't escape. Again, framing arm here, you're also pushing against the neck, the side of the head, so that, again, they can't move and they're immobilized. So from that position, that's when you'll be able to get the trip from the front. And depending on how the positioning of the partner is, you may have to change position of your hand, put it over their face to push them over the leg, so you get the trip from the back, all right? Really, really important details, because it just doesn't happen like that. You have to keep going over and over. Practice with different sized people as well. Somebody's a little bit taller than you, somebody that's a little bit more thicker than you. Then you'll start to understand how to refine your technique.
Alright guys, hopefully that gave you a taste of what are some of the more advanced things that you can look into, right? And when it comes to clinching and sweeping, right, there's, like Kru Rob said, there's many little things that can totally change, whether or not you're successful, right? Depending on, like Kru Rob said, the size of your partner, taller and shorter, there's little things you're going to have to change, and always, we're always going to say defer to your coaches, right? They're ultimately going to be the best ones to help you out, okay? But it's the smallest things that makes the biggest difference. Aside from that, hopefully you enjoyed today's video or 3-part trilogy. I want to thank Kru Rob for stepping in and joining us. And Kru Rob, where can people find you?
Great, you guys can find my school, Square Circle, New York, in Lower Manhattan in the Phi Dai neighborhood. and right off of Fulton Street and Nassau Street. You can also find us on our website, squarecirclenewyork.com.
Thanks, guys. We'll be back with more videos in the future, but until then, keep training, be safe, and stay healthy.